you're lying in bed right now going completely out of your mind because you're too hot to sleep, try this straight away while you listen to the rest of these tips. So this is a cooling yoga breath. Sounds a bit out there if you're not into yoga, but I promise you it's worth trying. It's called Shitali breathing and people use it to cool the body down fast. Here's how you do it. Fold your tongue into a tube shape if you can, like this. Then slowly inhale through your mouth through the rolled tongue. You should actually feel the air cooling as it passes over your tongue. Then slowly exhale through your nose and repeat. If you can't fold your tongue, don't worry, just purse your lips and breathe in slowly instead. Now keep doing that while you watch this video because research on yogic breathing suggests it can help calm the nervous system and reduce the sensation of heat almost immediately. And while you're doing that, you might notice I've made the screen slightly blue. That's because scientists have found that colours can actually affect temperature perception. Blue, silver, white and pale green are psychologically associated with coolness, while reds, oranges and warm yellow tones can make people feel warmer. So, weirdly, your brain can sometimes be tricked into feeling cooler. Scientists are also studying something called thermal illusions. Basically, sounds, colours, lighting, airflow and even mental imagery can influence how hot or cold we feel, even if the temperature barely changes. Which explains why this next trick works so well. It involves listening to water sounds, so rain, ocean waves, rivers. Research shows repetitive natural sounds calm the nervous system and help slow mental activity during stressful hot nights. Some people even report physically feeling cooler listening to rain sounds. And it gets even weirder than that. Try visualising somewhere cold, but don't just vaguely think about snow. Really imagine yourself there in detail. Picture cold air hitting your face, snow crunching under your feet, walking through freezing mountain air with heavy ocean mist, ice caves. Imagine the sound of the cold wind, the feeling of cold water, even the smell of cold air. Studies on mental imagery suggest the brain can respond to imagined sensory experiences in surprisingly similar ways to real ones. So, while it won't physically lower the room temperature, it may help your brain feel less overwhelmed by the heat. Your brain is basically easier to hack than most people realise. Now let's think about a few physical things. A popular hack is to put your pillowcase or bedsheet in a plastic bag and leave it in the freezer for 20 minutes. It won't stay cold all night, but it can cool your body enough to help you fall asleep faster. And another simple tip, take a cool shower, but not an ice cold one, because experts say your body needs to lower its core temperature to fall asleep. So a cool shower helps naturally, but freezing cold water can actually make your body heat back up afterwards. You can also try the ice in front of a fan trick. Put a bowl of ice or frozen water bottles in front of a fan to create a mini DIY air conditioner. But, important warning, this works much better in dry heat. If the air is already humid, adding more moisture can make the room feel sticky and uncomfortable. So in humid weather, airflow matters more than humidity. And of course, be careful with water and electrics. Opening opposite windows can help too, so that you create cross ventilation and pull hot air out of the room. Now also it's worth just thinking about bedding because this makes a huge difference. Avoid polyester because it traps heat. Instead use bamboo, cotton or linen because they release body heat much better. And in many countries people still sleep in hammocks when it's really hot because the air can flow underneath the body instead of getting trapped in a mattress. And of course if you can, sleep lower down because hot air rises, so floors are often cooler than beds. Another fast trick is cool your pulse points. Your wrists, your neck, your ankles, your feet, and even your palms have blood vessels close to the skin. Cooling these areas with a cold towel, cool water bottle, damp socks or chilled gel pack can help your whole body feel cooler surprisingly fast. And strangely, cool often works better than freezing cold because extreme cold can make blood vessels tighten instead of releasing heat. Cooling your feet especially can work really well because feet release heat quickly. So there's a few tips that will hopefully help you to get back to sleep quickly and find your way through these hot nights. Let me know if they work, obviously once you wake up again, or if you've got any of your own tips to share, please feel free to put them in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. Night.